I'm Angeline, mom of 3 and founder of Savvy Mama SG. Welcome to A Mama's Diary, where we talk honestly about motherhood, the struggles, the surprises, and everything in between. I've had the privilege of being connected with some of Singapore's most respected experts, and through this series, I bring these trusted experts to you to cut through the noise and share practical advice to help us navigate motherhood with more confidence. Today's episode is about something almost every pregnant woman experiences: skin and body changes. From pigmentation and stretch marks to pregnancy rashes, acne, loose skin, and all the random things that no one warns you about, pregnancy can really change the way we look and feel. So to help us understand what's normal, what's hormonal, and what we can actually prevent, when to seek help, I'm joined by Dr. Coni Liu. Hello. She's a dermatologist at DermAlly Specialist Skin Clinic with a special interest in women's dermatology, including pregnancy, postpartum, and menopause-related skin and hair concerns. So she combines medical dermatology with aesthetic treatments, laser technologies, and injectables to help women restore skin health, confidence, and overall well-being. If you've ever looked in the mirror during pregnancy and thought, what is happening to my skin? This episode is for you. So my first question to Dr. Coni is, I think many women are shocked by how much pregnancy changes their skin and appearance. Why does pregnancy affect the skin so much?
Yeah, I think actually just prior to this episode, we were just chatting. I mean, Angeline is a mother of three. So am I. I've got 3 girls myself. So, we have experienced how motherhood can change, our body and so many things in our lives. So why does it change our body so much? I think in order to conceive a life and bring about that big change, the body also goes through a lot of changes, a lot of hormonal increase in hormones, a lot of body changes. So definitely the body has gone through a lot, throughout the whole pregnancy journey.
So is it like different for everyone, or is it like the same for most people, like the skin, the face, and of course the belly?
I think to a certain extent, everyone's body composition or skin composition is different. So even though we go through drastic changes, some people may feel that the change doesn't affect them so much. For example, some patients feel their skin is more sensitive during pregnancy, their eczema flare up. They may have sensitive skin to begin with, and during pregnancy, their eczema may flare up or their skin become more sensitive. Some are not so much not so much sensitivity in their gene. They may not experience that kind of sensitivity during their pregnancy.
So it's really genes related, like just born with it.
I think that's one part. And of course, during pregnancy, the diet that we take, the food that we choose to take during pregnancy, everyone has different craving. Some may crave for fast food. For my first pregnancy, I was eating fast food almost every day. I think that definitely also has an impact on the skin. Or if you choose to eat more, healthier, more nutritious food, that again also has an impact on your skin. And also so many things, your work, whether you're working or not, whether you're tired, whether you're well rested, all this will have an impact on the pregnancy itself. But I think safe to say that everyone, despite how much you can control, you will definitely experience a huge change during your pregnancy and also postpartum. A lot of people don't realize that these changes don't stop just after the baby delivers. They continue after you deliver, and they continue to make changes throughout the motherhood.
Okay, so then why do some women, they are so lucky they get a pregnancy glow, while others, like you said, they struggle with like pigmentation, dullness, acne? And I think personally, I was quite lucky. My first one, I didn't get anything. I didn't get pigmentation, I didn't get stretch marks, nothing at all. But then my second and third one, I had pigmentation. Why?
I was going to say that pregnancy glow is a myth, but since Angeline had a pregnancy glow in the first one, well, it's not a myth, but honestly, not many women that I've come across, or at least those that have come to me, not many people, they will come to me, are you sure, people really have a glow during pregnancy? And how many of us really feel that way?
I don't really think I got glow. It's just normal skin.
Even to just feel normal, it's
already good.
It's very good. Most of patients, most of the women who start in the first trimester, they feel very tired, they don't have energy, they're lethargic, they're puking. And then second trimester, they start to adjust, feeling a bit better. And before they know it, they're in the third trimester. They're big, they're heavy, they're swollen, they are uncomfortable, they can't sleep. So honestly, I don't know many women who actually will feel that, yes, pregnancy,
they look great when pregnant.
They look great and I feel great. I think it's a real blessing if you feel that way. But if you don't feel that way, I think that's the majority of us.
Okay, so then there's this old myth that say if you have a girl, then the girl will steal your beauty, and then if it's a boy, then you have the glow. So you don't think there's no truth to that then?
Well, I have 3 girls. So my glow has been very much stolen. But medically, I don't think it should be that distinct. So I don't think that there is a factual, there's not a guarantee that, okay, having a boy, then you will have a different experience. Maybe there's a bit of minor change in the way you feel, but medically, we haven't been able to decipher having a boy or girl, how much the hormone is going to affect the way that you look or feel.
Right, okay. So then, what are some of the most common pregnancy-related skin concerns that women come to you for?
So I think we can divide that into more medical, more medical changes, and some of it are more aesthetic kind of changes. So medical changes, the skin definitely becomes more sensitive. So patients who had sensitive skin, who have eczema, they almost always flare during pregnancy. They start to get more dry skin, rashes are flaring up more. And there are also some skin rashes that are specific to pregnancy itself. So for example, there are some rashes that appear during the third trimester. Polymorphic eruption of pregnancy, you get rashes over the belly, which slowly spread to the rest of the body. So they're more specific to pregnancy itself. Or there are some changes to pregnancy that are not so medical in that sense, but it does affect the way how a woman feels about herself. For example, pigmentation. So pigmentation is very much affected by hormones. And hormones is an all-time high, during pregnancy. So that's when they experience more pigmentation on their cheeks, on their body as well. They get more tan. I call this a hormonal tan. You don't go out in the sun, but you get a generalized brownish kind of color. And apart from that, I think the pregnancy itself, you get swelling, you get stretch marks, your skin just feels more, more lax, more laxity. So a lot of different changes that you can experience during pregnancy.
So some of these things, do they just magically go away, or would you prescribe creams? Because you can't do much when you're pregnant, right? Like, we can't take pills. There's so many things that we can't do. So what can we do when you have all those rashes, like the more painful ones?
Yeah, so it's true that a lot of treatments we may have to withhold during pregnancy, but there are also a lot of things that we can do during pregnancy to help patients feel better. For example, patients with eczema, when they come to us with a flare, we will still prescribe the usual skincare routine, a gentle body wash, regular moisturizing, and you can use medicated creams to use during pregnancy. Okay. So there are safe creams that we can use to help to control the flare of eczema. And in more severe cases, there are even oral medications that we can take if we really cannot control. Because some of these patients, when they're really severe, they may not be able to sleep. And pregnancy is not just a few days, it's going to last a pretty long period. So we need to make sure they have a good quality of life until the baby delivers and their hormones normalize.
Right. Okay.
There are some of the other changes like pigmentation or skin laxity, those can wait. So normally we wait until the patients deliver and see how the skin feels after the hormone normalizes. Because some of these changes are more stable after the hormones are back to normal. So pigmentation tends to get a bit better, although most of the time there is usually a residual pigment that doesn't go away. So that's the part that then we can step in to intervene with lasers, with creams, with other types of treatment.
Yeah, so for pigmentation, I'm personally very interested because, like I said, I've gotten pigmentation from my second and third pregnancy. So then you mentioned some women, like they have the pigmentation, but then it fades away. But some, like me, it never fully goes away. I think it did become a bit lighter, but I still have. And then the funny thing is, like, the second pregnancy I have at one side, and then the third pregnancy I have the other side. So I'm
you have a side that's still open.
Yeah, so I don't know how, like, with it doesn't, it's been a year now. I think it should be okay to try to look for some treatment. Or do you think it will still, I can wait for longer for it to go away?
Yeah. So As we go through pregnancy, we must also realize that as we deliver, as we go through motherhood, we are also aging. We're also subject to other changes. With kids, we're always out in the sun. So all these factors, aging, sun damage, hormones itself, all contribute to pigmentation, which is why your pigmentation doesn't just disappear because your hormone normalized. Your life is completely different. You're probably out in the sun a lot more. Your skincare, maybe you don't have enough time to take care of yourself the way you did before. So all these changes will contribute to your skin getting a bit weaker. And nowadays, we realize a lot of pigmentation are not just due to sun alone. Or pigmentation alone. They are a signal that the skin is not so healthy underlying. There's sun damage, there's aging changes, and all this can be improved and can be changed once we start some treatments to help to reverse some of that. And 1 year postpartum, yes, it's safe to start if you want to explore some treatments that can help to lighten the pigmentation.
If I go for the treatment, like there are different type of lasers. Which is the most effective and how long does it take to improve? Or does it depend on how severe it is also?
Yes. So I think it depends on firstly what type of pigmentation are we dealing with. So a lot of times we are getting pigmentation that comes from different sources. So melasma is one of the most common pigmentation that we get during pregnancy. Melasma is also caused by hormonal changes, sun damage, aging, a lot of different inflammation in the skin. But there's also the more superficial like sunspots, lentigines, or seborrheic keratosis. So these are the different types of changes you can get from the same person. You can have different types of pigmentation. And once you have a proper diagnosis, what type of pigmentation we are dealing with, then we can give a more customized approach. Okay, for this particular laser, this is for this particular pigmentation, this is what we can do. Right. So there is not say, there's one magic laser that can erase all the spots, because they are different. The pigmentation are different. They are in different layers. They have different etiology. So you need different types of treatment, lasers, creams, or even energy-based device to tackle the different issues before you get good results.
But once you laser away, will it come back? Or it's like gone, erased forever and never ever see you again?
So it also depends on the type of pigmentation. If you're talking about very simple lentigine sunspots, generally once you laser that off, they tend not to come back so easily. But you're talking about melasma, if you only tackle the pigmentation without repairing the skin, then it's just like I always tell my patients, like a room that has got very weak walls and you're getting floods coming in. You scoop out the water, but you need to repair the wall so that the water don't come in again. But if you only scoop out the water without a proper repair of the underlying structure, you will get the pigmentation coming back. So when you approach it in a way of repair, trying to restore the skin integrity, then the pigmentation don't come back as easily.
Right, okay. So is there any way pigmentation can be prevented during pregnancy?
Prevented, prevention would be a very big ask, because there are so many things that we cannot control. The hormones. Hormone itself has to be there to protect the baby, and with hormones, the pigmentation will be. So of course, there are still some measures that we can take. So since we can't change hormones, we can at least change the external factors. So maybe we try to avoid sun when it's too harsh in the daytime. You can wear sunscreen, broad brim hats. So all this,
I do sunscreen every day, but I still get.
I believe you probably did your best in controlling what you can, but then don't forget there's a whole part that you can't control. Your genetics, the hormones, that's the part that we cannot say 100% prevent.
Okay, got it. So then, on skin, the other thing that I am very interested to know, and I'm sure many other moms will know, is like, are there any skincare ingredients that are safe during pregnancy and breastfeeding? Or if it's easier, what are some ingredients that we should avoid during pregnancy? Because I only know vitamin A, retinol to avoid, but then I don't really read like all the labels.
I think generally simple skincare like a moisturizer, sunscreen are generally safe and highly recommended during pregnancy, to prevent skin sensitivity as well as pigmentation. If you're talking about medicated ingredients like retinoids. So retinoids are active ingredients. So actives like that we usually try to avoid. Safe actives to use will be azelaic acid. So azelaic acid will be one that is safe to use during pregnancy to prevent pigmentation. Vitamin C is also okay. So generally, the more, so you don't want to be using too many products during pregnancy because again, your skin is sensitive. So it's not a good time to be trying new ingredients or new product. Keep it simple, keep it safe, and then problems after that we can treat later.
Okay. So at what point should someone seek treatment instead of hoping it fades away?
I think definitely during pregnancy, we try to focus on the baby, on the mommy and the baby's wellness. Pigmentation, we deal with it after the baby delivers. We can wait a few months for the hormones to settle, for the mommy to
breastfeeding.
you can continue. You can be breastfeeding while we do treatment.
Oh, so it's okay. Doesn't the hormones, the breastfeeding hormones, don't affect the skin anymore?
Not so much. It's more the pregnancy hormones.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
So after that, when the hormones settle down, when mommy get a bit more sleep, has more time to look in the mirror, and is still bothered by it, then we can talk about, okay, then what are the steps we can do to help to improve.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be a customer. Okay, the next part is on stretch marks. So stretch marks and loose skin. So I feel this is one of the biggest fears for every pregnant woman. Why do stretch marks happen?
Stretch marks, again, is something that's very hard for us to intervene because a huge part of it is determined by genetics. The first question usually I ask my patients if they come in when they're pregnant, asking me, am I going to get stretch marks? What can I do? I always ask, does your mom have stretch marks? Because if your mom, it runs in a family, then it's a higher chance that you probably will get stretch marks, no matter what you do.
But I think some people, it's because they scratch. Then the skin is just, like it's torn. Then it can, and then the belly keeps growing, then it cannot heal.
Yeah, so I think there are some factors, again, we cannot control. So genetics plays a huge part in stretch marks. There are some things that we can help. For example, good moisturizer. So there are some moisturizers that can help to relieve the stretching of the skin. Whether those stretch marks creams work so far, it has not in the patients that I've seen. I've yet to see a good stretch mark cream that can really prevent. Maybe sometimes it does help to reduce the appearance, if they put it diligently, moisturize well. But generally, I think it's more determined by genetics than not.
Okay. Yeah, you can try the So Kind stretch mark cream and let me know whether it works for you also, because we've got quite a lot of good reviews from moms who reported that you raise their marks because there's this ingredient called registril that helps to regenerate the collagen.
Yes.
And somehow I feel like it kind of does more magic when they are pregnant. Then it heals faster, but maybe with your machine, it can work better as well. So I'm really excited to hear that it works for you.
Angeli has told me about this cream that I have yet to give it a try. I mean, I have many patients who come to me for this problem. So I'll be very happy to give it a try and see how it works.
For those people who are still bothered and they have a lot of stretch marks, what would you do for them? Like what kind of treatments do you do for them? Or you think that it's just something that we should leave with it?
Yeah, stretch marks are best treated when they're early. So stretch marks usually start off with more red, more purplish, and then they go on to lose their color and become more skin colored. So when they're in the red and purplish state, that's the best time. If you intervene at that stage with lasers, with treatments, they usually get very good results. Sometimes can even prevent some of these stretch marks. But if you come in later, let's say 3-5 years later, the stretch marks are already formed, that's when it becomes very challenging because the window to kind of remodel the skin is narrower. So for these patients, so early on, we usually use lasers.
So when you laser them, that means the color goes away, or is the skin like healed, like the crack goes away? Both,
yes.
Okay.
So the redness usually signifies as inflammation, it's ongoing action. So when you use laser to remove or shorten the period that the red marks are there, the resulting skin loss tends to be less once the color goes off. But once the color has been gone and is fixed already, then we have to rely a bit more resurfacing or microneedling with radiofrequency treatments to try to stimulate the collagen again to see whether we can fill out the atrophy. It's more like a scar. Once it forms, it becomes like a scar.
Right, okay. Okay, I'm glad I don't have.
So genetically, she's very blessed again, but...
No, but I really spam a lot because especially my number 2, it was very big, 4 kg. So that was when I felt like, I see some like little ones, then I was like, I spam a lot. Then fortunately it was okay.
But does your mom have stretch marks?
She said she don't have. I think that also plays a part for sure. Yeah.
Because for me, of course,
Uh-huh.
my first
Your
pregnancy,
twins. That's
twins.
right. Yeah.
I also spent a lot, I bought that time with Clarine's oil. Sorry, can we name brands, the oil, the massage oil, and the massage cream, and every day diligently, but it doesn't help. I mean, it runs in the family also.
Twins too big.
Yeah, but my mom and my sis both have also. So I think
you try.
I try this one. Yes.
Yeah. Then you'll be like, wow, you are your own testimony. Okay. Then the next topic that a lot of people struggle with is loose skin. Why does this happen, and will it go away?
It's very cute that patients will either come to me with stretch marks
or loose skin, right?
Or loose skin, because those that don't have stretch marks, then they're bothered with their loose skin, But for people with stretch marks, you're like, it's okay lah, it's okay to have some loose skin after pregnancy. But today it's like, no, I don't even have stretch marks. I don't even want loose skin. But okay, yes, I do have patients without stretch marks, very nice skin, but still bothered by a bit crappy. The skin is not as tight as before. Similar options that we have. Usually we use microneedling, radio frequency. We can use some skin boosters to try to help to tighten and increase the collagen. And they do work very well because they are not as hard to treat as stretch marks.
But it's like you lift up like that, right? It's like, the whole thing just is loose. It's like, or if it's almost like it's not connected together anymore.
Yeah, and if you fold it together, then you see all the jiao skin, right?
Yeah.
So with microneedling and skin boosters, they are quite helpful for this, to tighten up the skin. It's really like face, like the same way we do face tightening, we can do it for tummy as well.
Okay. So it doesn't go away by itself?
To a certain extent, especially if you're young. So
how young
always
is young?
Yes, young as you, yes.
But it didn't go away. It still didn't go away.
Youth is always help with skin regeneration. Yeah. So if you are young, they tend to regenerate to a certain extent. As you are older, the regeneration property also reduces. So you find that it may not, maybe of the first pregnancy, you may bounce back better compared to your third one, for example. Sure. So the age also plays a part.
Is there anything that we can do to help the loose skin recover?
Yes. So you can do treatments. So
other than treatments like exercise or?
I think exercise to some extent to tighten the muscles, to tone up, but the skin integrity is a bit like, when you are stretched, a rubber band losing the elasticity, you need a little bit of external stimulation to help that collagen build again. So combined with exercise, we help to tone, and then you do a bit of skin tightening, then the results will be very nice. So again, it's also a timing. Is timing also important? Like the sooner you come and fix the loose skin, the better the results? Or we generally try to wait at least till 6 months after, because the first 6 months the body is still recovering, the hormones are still normalizing, and some of this laxity does go back. Then at 6 months mark, that's when we decide, okay, this is, we can intervene. Right, okay. Pregnancy can also trigger some of these really unexpected skin issues, like rashes, itching, and other skin problems. What kind of rashes or itching are actually common during pregnancy? So as we discussed just now, one of the most commonest would be eczema. Yeah, so we see patients all over the body. Different extent. So generally, the skin can feel a bit more dry, a bit more sensitive. They start to get eczema rashes when they never really had before, or they had mild eczema and then suddenly the rash become more generalized. I would say majority of the time, with good skincare, good treatment and cream, they do become more manageable, and then we can tide them through the pregnancy. When the hormones more or less normalize, they will go back more to their baseline. But I do have a minority group of patients where this eczema tend to be very recalcitrant, very stubborn to conventional treatment, where I had to use more aggressive treatment, like even oral steroids on some of these patients, or biologics. Biologics are injection treatments that we do to control some of the markers of eczema. So some of these patients, they really do suffer. They can't sleep. They're not as responsive to treatment compared to pre-pregnancy. So some of these patients really suffer a lot. Yeah. Okay. Are there some skin conditions that we should never ignore? There are some more dangerous. So there are some more dangerous pregnancy dermatosis. So pregnancy-specific skin conditions that we should be mindful of. For example, if your skin starts to develop blisters. So there are some blistering pregnancy-related conditions, then you should definitely seek medical treatment. Itch or rash that doesn't go away with conventional treatment. For example, you're already moisturizing, already treating, and it's still worsening, then those are some of things that are red flags that you should flag up to your doctor.
Is there a time period that you should like give yourself? Or, because some people, they have high tolerance, they can just endure, right? Like maybe a few more months kind, or is it like maybe 2 weeks, if it still doesn't improve, should just seek help?
Generally, I think for eczema treatment, within 2 weeks, you should know whether the treatment is at least working. It may not be gone, but at least you should be feeling better. But let's say in a 2-week kind of time frame, you are the same, you're feeling still very uncomfortable or if even intensifying, then I think that should be a sign that, something is not right and I should be seeking treatment for this.
Okay, right. So then other beauty problems that women also develop are things like skin tags, darker underarms, body acne. Why does this happen? And these are things that people may not want to solve again, but not so nice to have.
I think a lot of times, again, hormones. Yeah. So darkening of the skin. Remember just now we talked about the hormonal tan. So on top of this generalized tan and pigmentation that people get, they start to get darkening over folds. So armpit, groin, your belly line. So they start to get marked, darkened lines over those areas. So those are very hormonal.
Right.
Some of them
so it will disappear.
They do lighten after, but sometimes they do get a bit, some part of it get a bit persistent. Then some patients do come to me for laser treatment for that.
Okay. So everything can be lasered?
Almost everything. Not everything, but a lot of the pigmentation can be treated.
Okay, great. Then the other thing that I also don't like is like, the belly button.
Yes.
It pops out. It doesn't go back in. So this one, I feel like, I don't know whether it's just fat or like, the skin is just broken, and then like the belly button itself doesn't have much use. But it's just...
But we kind of want it to look like how it was before.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think this is not part of my specialty already, because actually what is happening is the muscle underneath, you can have separation during the pregnancy itself. So we call this diastasis recti. And when the muscles separate, some of this can have herniation. So they don't fully go back.
No, but
so this is actually a kind of hernia,
Oh, it is? No, but even like the DR closed already, almost closed, but the thing still pop out. So it's just...
Probably never fully closed. So you can reduce the distance, but at the belly button is where it's probably the weakest point, and that's when you still get that embolication.
And the next section is skin and hair changes, because Coni also specializes in skin and hair. Postpartum hair loss is another big topic. Like, why do so many women experience postpartum hair loss? Is it hormonal?
So during pregnancy, the hormones actually cause the hair to retain longer, so they don't fall as easily. So we actually lose less hair during pregnancy. Once after pregnancy, when the hormones drop, the hair shifts into a shedding phase. We call this telogen effluvium. So from a retained phase into a shedding phase, and suddenly about 2-3 months later after pregnancy, they just let go and the hair falls.
Very scary.
Yes. So that fall can be quite scary. So I've seen women lose like 50% of their hair suddenly, and they're like,
Is it normal?
It's normal. Yeah. So if it's purely due to...
How long does it last, like this shedding phase?
So this...
Until no more hair left.
50% is quite a lot already. So they get much thinner. Usually they don't go bald. Not so much. They still will choose to retain some, but that hair loss normally will fully recover by 6 months. Usually. So by 1 year postpartum, that means when the baby turns 1 year, most of the time you should get most of your hair back. Unless there are other factors. Because again, as a mom, you start to not take care of yourself as well as before. Maybe nutritionally, you're taking less iron, there are less nutrients. And you must understand, hair to a human body is not a very important organ. So if you don't have enough nutrients, if you're not taking care of yourself well, the first thing that the body is going to choose to sacrifice is your hair. So if you want it to recover, then you must eat well, you must take care of yourself, and then the body can recover back to its baseline.
So it's like you have to, when the body recover all the other important organs, then you, put some back to the hair.
Last, probably.
Last.
Yes. Because not important, So you must let the body know that, okay, I am in a good state. And the body say, okay, then I have extra reserve for your hair. Then your hair can come back.
Right. So it's not like, you use like some special hair shampoo for like hair growth, then the hair grow back. I feel like I've seen so many of these ads. I'm sure you do too. So it's really just nice. They reach the 1 year mark, the hair grew back, and then they attribute it to the shampoo.
I think if it's pure telogen effluvium, pure pregnancy related, there's nothing you need to do special, especially for the hair or any special shampoo, your hair will grow back. The other special things will be more nutritional. I think there are some hair supplements, that you can take that can help to improve the telogen effluvium, because when you don't take enough from your food, at least nutritionally you can replace some of that with supplement. Shampoo per se, there is no medical science to say that certain shampoo can help to improve the pregnancy related hair loss faster.
Okay, right. That's very helpful, because like I was like, do I want to get the shampoo? But yeah, I didn't, because I didn't think the hair was a big concern for me actually. I don't think I dropped so much hair. Yeah.
It's some of them really come in with like 50% hair loss, and it's very cute when they grow back, because they are short.
Have a lot, right? Yeah.
They look like very short hair, in between.
I never had a lot of baby hair thing. Yeah.
They look very cute when they're growing back.
Yeah, but at least it come back.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the most effective thing that moms can do postpartum to support the skin recovery, the face, the hair, everything, every part of the body, from like the face to belly even? Is it just eating?
I think honestly, it's with a lot of self-care and self-love, to be able to sleep well, make sure you have enough rest every day, despite the baby's very high demands, enough rest for yourself, your mental space. Of course, there are so many things that you need to do, the baby's needs, everyone's needs come before you. So having to at least give yourself the mental space to slow down a bit, don't take on too many new tasks, during this very challenging period. Eat well, sleep well, try not to indulge on, certain food that may not be so healthy during this period of time. So basically just taking care of yourself generally. I think that's probably the best thing you can do for yourself. As your body is trying to recover, give it the support that it needs.
So realistically, how long should moms give their body before things bounce back to normal again?
I mean, my kids are 16 years old. I don't feel I'm fully back to before. No, I'm kidding. I think maybe a year. I think a year it's to feel more normal.
Yeah, for me it's also
to go back to before. I don't know if that's realistic, to be honest. I mean, we all want to be how we were before pre-pregnancy, but we all know that some of these changes are not reversible. So why do we give ourselves that pressure that, I want to be how it was before? Maybe it was never meant to be. It's you have a new journey, a new body, and we just try to take care of it as we are. So I think that's the extra stress that we put on ourselves. But I think at 1 year, you should feel like you can function, can go back to work. If you're working, you can feel happy doing your own activities, you can look after the baby. I think it would be a good start.
Okay, so I think it's really a lot of changes that we deal with. Some are permanent, some are reversible. And then for me, I think I'm just going to pick like maybe my top 3 parts that makes me feel like the most ugly that I want to solve. Like I actually made a list. And I sent to Julie.
Send to husband.
Say I don't like this part, this part, this part, this part. Oh, I don't like. It's like, okay, this one can fix. Okay, go to Coni. Yeah. So then, I think it made me feel a bit better, because I feel like at least some things that I see and I really really don't like, and I stare at it and I still don't like, then I'll try to fix. I don't think I'm super vain. I don't think I'm a very vain person, but because I have always had good skin, then post pregnancy I just feel like, why do I have like pigmentation? I just don't like it, because I'm not very good at doing makeup. So I really need my skin to look like normal, like, like no black pigmentation. So I think I still don't like it, and I want to fix.
I think that's a very healthy mindset, to know that I can't fix everything. Some I can change, some I cannot change. I'm not going to try to change everything. I'm going to choose top 3 that's going to bother me and affect my mental health. I'm going to fix what I can and just be contented. This is good enough. I think that's a very healthy mindset.
If you live with like the belly button,
maybe the kids will want you to keep
that. I still remember like when I had the black line, so the linear nigra. So my girl was like, when I first gave birth, like first few days, then my second child was like, she's 3 years old. She just, Mama, your belly is dirty. I clean for you. I was like,
the cloth and wipe it.
Yeah, she really did take wet tissue to clean for me. It's
so
like,
cute.
Cannot clean it. It's just there. But after a few months, it did go away. Yeah, but it's like so funny, yet like, I don't like it, but then she saw it, you know? Yeah, so funny. So yeah, I think moms are very brave.
And I think sometimes the way we see ourselves, like the kids, the way they see us may be a bit different. We don't like some things about ourselves.
But they think we are very beautiful.
Yeah, they embrace it, they like it. I mean, they may say it's dirty, but they accept us as who we are. So maybe
I don't think they feel that it's ugly. They just really think that it's dirty. I clean for you.
Yeah. My youngest now like to look at my tummy like, Mama, you have a foot baby. They say, yes, it's a foot baby. That's not going to go away.
Okay, so I think we just want to end off with some hope and reassurance for everyone. So what is one thing you wish pregnant women worried less about? We go through so much.
Yes.
We go through so much. Our bodies change so much.
I think as what we shared earlier, I think wanting to go back to how we were before will put a lot of unnecessary stress to ourselves. Imagining that, I used to be able to wear this pair of jeans, I used to be able to wear this dress, and then that is a lot of stress because sometimes our body are just not meant to go back to how it was before. It has gone through such a big change. I mean, if a house has gone through a huge renovation, you don't expect the parts to be the same, and our body has gone through a huge renovation, So I think that's one thing. Maybe looking forward, like what Angeline pointed out, I think it's a great checklist. There are some things I don't like, some things that has changed. I pick 3 things that I don't think I want to live with. I can, but I don't want to live with, and I want to make changes to that. And the rest, I embrace it and I love it as it is. I think that's a very healthy mindset.
Okay, that's great. Then
we can get down to those 3 things.
Yeah, then I can feel a bit happier because I think social media doesn't help in that we see so many people like they bounce back right away, they look great, like the same, nothing has changed. But I guess that's just a small group of lucky people. And I'm just not one of them.
And also how much you need to put in to make that happen, in terms of your time. Genes, and also how much time you need to put into to get back to that kind of shape within that short period of time, how much sacrifice you need to make. Realistically, I mean, most of us are struggling with our time to spend time with our baby, to take care of our family, older kids, our work. We don't have so much time to just focus on trying to look good. So I think that's an unrealistic expectation that you make yourself even more stressed, and that goes against with what good mental well-being, which is what is important to recovery for any pregnant mommy.
Okay, so then what's one skincare myth during pregnancy you wish would disappear forever?
One skincare myth. Wow, I haven't thought about that.
Actually, they said so many things like, wow, must eat bird
nest. Maybe I didn't know what are the myths first. What are these myths?
Like you have to drink coconut, eat bird nest, that kind of thing, then your skin will be good. Do you think there's any truth to that?
No thing. I mean, even non-pregnancy days, do they? Don't know. Yeah. So why should it work better during pregnancy? I'm not sure.
Like those how about those collagen drinks? Like like so many collagen jelly these days. Do those really work?
So, I mean, pregnancy aside, I think during pregnancy, don't try too many new supplements because a lot of them are not tested for pregnant women to begin with. There are not many things that has been tested to be safe. So if you want to try different sources of, let's say, collagen, sometimes you may get a reaction which will be very unpleasant during pregnancy. So definitely don't try too many adventurous new supplements during pregnancy. But pregnancy aside, I do get this question a lot. Do collagen supplements work? I think it will be more helpful to put the mindset of someone who is working out and taking protein shake. Do taking protein shake work? If you're working out, yes. If let's say you are trying to work out, build muscles, and then you take the protein shake after to try to build the muscles, then the protein knows where to go. Same for collagen. If you are doing treatments or you're doing sessions that help to stimulate collagen and you take the collagen drinks, then it knows where to go.
Oh, so if not, then it's not going to nowhere.
It's just protein at the end of the day. So usually after collagen boosting treatments or lifting treatments, I do ask my patients to take collagen for the next 3 months because then it knows where to go. But if you're just you're not doing anything and you're taking collagen, then it's no different from just taking any other protein.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. Oh, so is it the same for like those oral supplements for sunscreen. Like now there are so many types. Like you know, like I always like all these beauty things because like lazy and like effective. Then I'll be okay, I want to try also. I don't know. Does that is that the same? Like you know those now there's like sunscreen supplements.
Yes,
also.
that's different because sunscreen supplements will work.
Okay.
When you take them. So they are usually those sunscreen supplements come with some protection as well as antioxidant. So they not only protect from the sun, but they also help to reverse some of that UV damage.
So oral supplements for sun protection actually work.
They are very helpful actually. When they first came out, what really struck me when they first came out is normally after a holiday, let's say school holiday, when I travel with my kids, I'll come back, one shade darker, and it always takes me some time for my skin to go back to normal. So when they first came out, same thing, I'll get some samples to try, and I realized, for the last two holidays, I didn't tan that much, and that's when I started to notice, this is not too bad, and I started taking more regularly, and since then, I'm still taking now. So I usually take it daily, and on holidays or when I'm out in the sun, I take twice a day. And recently, interestingly, I had a patient, it's a male patient with melasma. So I started it on the supplement because it helps with pigmentation. And he came back, he said, I'm not going to take this supplement anymore. I said, why? It's working for your melasma. He said, yes, it is, but I can't tan. I take this and I go to the beach and I don't tan. I said, well, you mean you want to have tan and no melasma? He said, yeah. I said, okay. It's a bit challenging, but I said, I'm not going to take it because it doesn't allow me to tan. So that's when I realized
it's really effective.
I said, this is what my patients want. He said, yes, but this is not what I want. I said, okay, but at least I know, well, for my patients who say they don't want to tan, then this is one supplement they can
so that's a skin hack. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely going to put that in my routine now. Okay, so then for moms struggling with confidence because of skin or body changes, what would you like them to know?
I think after hearing us, you should realize you're not alone.
That's true.
If you talk to moms, talk to someone who has gone through pregnancy, especially three kids, you will know that this is very normal. Immediately postpartum, you have its own challenges, lack of sleep, you don't feel good about yourself, your moods, your hormones are still there. And even many years after, we're still tired. We are still, trying to juggle our family, our work, our kids. So honestly, motherhood is not easy, So I think if we share more with people, your struggles, talk to your friends.
More skin hacks.
Okay, yes, that will help too. But, share with friends, you realize, you're not alone.
So any other skin hacks other than the sunscreen?
The sunscreen, there are many.
Yes. Like any other
we can talk about in our next episode.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Coni, for helping us better understand all the skin and body changes that come with pregnancy and postpartum. And to every mom listening, your body is doing an incredible job, even when it doesn't always feel beautiful or easy. And if you found today's episode helpful, share it with another mom who might need the reassurance, and follow a Mama's Diary for more honest conversations about motherhood and women's health. Until next time, this is Angeline, and here's to navigating motherhood together.
Thank you. Bye-bye.